Unicorn cannot sleep, so we're gonna be nosy. I miss my kid. The devil and the Ten of Swords. Oof. Maybe that's why I can't sleep. The devil is about to deceive big time. This is Ten Swords. This is ultimate betrayal. This is something very evil. What is this Ten of Swords? Temperance. It don't matter because the angels are here to fix it. There's about to be a showdown here between the devil and the archangels.
A video is very quiet and I'm having trouble hearing it myself. It was alright when I was watching it on my phone. Hopefully everybody can hear it fine. It's a bit of a frustration because her video is actually really good and I like it. And this is one where she spoke about the battle between light and dark.
I'm seeing Michael, Metatron, and a very scared Lucifer. The High Priestess is always right. It's because this is being done to a High Priestess. To who I'm talking to, you could do what I do. You're a High Priestess, you're gifted, you're chosen. There's a spiritual warfare going on right now, literally, between the devil and the angels over you because of who you are. You have the devil scared.
I'm actually getting huge goosebumps.
Because these angels are not fucking playing. Ooh, confirmation. The Chariot and the Three of Pentacles. There was 3 people that collaborated. Something to do with money. And they were coming at you very quick. You could have not known about this. I'm also getting that you're going to be getting opportunities to collaborate with others for money. I'm seeing a new car, and this is going to all happen very fast. Yeah, you're not going to see this coming. But it is going to require you to make a choice. What's the Two of Swords? The Six of Pentacles. A gift. There's some kind of charitable gift. Somebody's going to be giving you something, giving you some sort of money. And you're going to get a new house. Your angels. I got cold chills all over my body. Miss Lindaria said something today. I seen her video and she said that God, confirmation. Something to the effect of God is about to show you. God is about to come through, and we hear that all the time, but the way these cards are lining up, this is a spiritual warfare. This is God versus the devil, and God wins. The devil is running scared. You have the devil shook. This ends with you possibly getting a new vehicle, definitely a new home, and celebrating in a home, and a charitable gift. Someone is going to gift you something, and it's going to be monetary. The King of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I can't make it up. The Eight of Pentacles. What you do for work is about to be blessed. If you've been going through a financial hardship or some bullshit like me, God is about to come through in the most major way. The Emperor. There is an older masculine here. I feel like this is a father figure. Tell me about this Emperor. It's your dad or your granddad. This is an angel. This is a passed on person that's fighting in the spirit. I'm about to cry. Hold on. This is my dad. That is your prayers being answered. And this is your ancestors and your angels coming down here and fucking up the enemy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Allowing you to get everything. In the live today, there was a song. Ears can't hear. Eyes can't see. The mind can't fathom what God is about to do for somebody here. I can't make it up. The Ace of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. You had to start seeing something from a different perspective. You had to be stuck. God had to put us through this for a reason. To see who helped us, who turned us away, how did we handle the situation, did we turn to the Most High, did we try to handle it on our own, did we pray through it, did we have faith? That's why we had to be stuck. We were being tested and we passed. Ace of Pentacles. This is a monetary gift from God. This is a 6-figure amount of money coming to you. And you're not going to see this coming, and it's coming very fast. That's your fucking reading. Actually, no, it's not. Because this wasn't just a test for us chosen ones. It was also a test for those around us. The ones that we were put in your life as angels to make you better and to contribute to your well-being. It was a test for y'all too, and for those that failed, the karma, oh, it's here. It's here. Because for a lot of you, there were people that went out of their way for you. And when they needed you, you were nowhere to be found. And you thought nobody was watching or caring or paying attention. But someone was. And for some of y'all, your own ancestors and your own passed on family is ashamed of you. And is going to inflict this karma on you because it's time for you to learn your lessons now.
Yeah. Yeah, if we just even reference my family, you know, most of them just create drama, but also they haven't helped or supported me at all, or just looked in and seen how I'm doing or anything. And it's like, we've gone our own ways now. I've set a strong boundary, very firm. And you know, if I'd been successful even just a few years ago, I would have felt a natural obligation to help them. You know, so if I've got money coming, I'm doing really well, and it's money none of us have ever seen before. I'd have felt a natural need really to help them too, which would have been at a detriment of myself, because then you don't have much for yourself. You know, you're trying to build a sustainable life, not where you just win the lottery sort of thing and then it all just goes away. What's the point of that? Um, so it's about building and saving, of course, because if you acquire any money, you normally it's not one large lump sum. You have to sustain it. So to get a fortune, you have to stop spending said money and then build it. So then you build that that legacy. But yeah, but yet those that I would have potentially helped have not even helped me at my lowest. Like literally, when I'm struggling like crazy, don't even look in on me. And even if they know I'm struggling, you never hear them offer to help. And you know, I've had to learn that the hard way, and part of that is probably why there's been a delay in my success, because it was to show me those around me. So now you're not foolish, and I have got my eyes wide open now. I wouldn't even feel guilty in any way, because they weren't there for me. It's like, effectively, who's there at your lowest? You know, effectively, if someone's there at your lowest, then they should be there with you in your highest. Do you know what I mean? But I haven't really had many at all about my lowest. So when I'm at my highest, they don't even deserve to come. Anyone that tries to latch on, you know. So yeah, that's interesting. And they've got their own lessons to go through and their own growth, and go on your own journey. It's definitely not going to be part of mine life.
I've been channeling.
So this video I haven't watched. I've watched maybe 20, 30 seconds, and then I thought, you know what, I'll probably just go back for the other ones and we just do a recording.
This energy for, and I feel like this is to do with the collective as well, of like walking and living your life as if you already made it, as if you already have the financial stability, the career, the love, the dream body, if you will, anything that fulfills you or that you have been manifesting. It's like moving in those ways, and it's really giving royalty. It's giving royalty, okay? Whoever I'm speaking to, I feel like
Just want to make the point that I kept getting signs of generational wealth, and I'm the one that's going to set the beginning of this new generation, really, a healed generation, one that's thriving and blessed. And I'm witnessing it with my daughter. To be honest, she's been incredible. Like, I've just watched her growth. She's maturing like crazy, but she's still got that charming personality. So it's not like she just becomes serious, but she just become wise, and that's beautiful because I can see the influence I've had on her. But I allow her to grow into who she is. It's not force anything. And like I said before, like, I always felt it'd be helping the whole family, and that's what my role was. And it's a big family. And then through the situations and things, I've just looked on and thought, no, that's not the case at all. It's like I'm building the new generation, but through my bloodline, my personal bloodline. And I was like, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. The others will either learn or not, and that's not my problem. My problem is to instigate the new line, and that starts with my daughter, for instance. And I'm watching her growth and who she is and her stability, and overcoming the challenges that she goes through. And it's beautiful to witness that because I get to see the firsthand the positive impact that I'm having on the next generation, which is her. And hopefully I'll be able to afford a luxury life in the future. But I know she has so much humility that money won't define her path at all. So I'm really excited to see how she continues to develop, really. But that's where my focus literally is. It's just us. It's our legacy. It's our journey. I've let the rest go. It's up to them to figure their path out now. They can watch on and see what I've done or not, but it's up to them. But really, my focus is her and building our path now. And that's allowing me to focus even more because literally I'm doing this for us now.
feel like you hold yourself in a high regard. And I also say that you don't, it's not all the time. I feel like you struggle a lot with yourself as well, but it's like, at the end of the day, I really see that you like pick yourself up after every battle. You pick yourself up after every time, after everything that you go through. And that's giving royalty, okay? That's giving warrior, that's giving a true leader. But it's like, I see that you're hopping back on, like you're getting back on track with something. And how I was seeing, or what would help, I guess, is like you just living as if you already had it. And the more that you do this, the more that this starts becoming who you are and your reality. It's 9:09 on the clock. Also picking up on like ancestry, okay? Ancestry, perhaps you have royalty in your ancestry or something like that, or your ancestors are wanting you to tap into your royal energy. Okay, thank you. High Priestess. You see something right now in you. You see just how powerful you are. You see just how... You see the importance in something. There's something here. It's very mysterious. It's very mysterious. Judgment. Wow. Okay. You're destined for something. You're destined to become somebody. You're destined to be somebody in your lineage and in the world, okay? And I feel like you know this. It's 9:11 on my clock. I feel like you know this. I feel like you know that you're destined for something greater than the average Joe, okay? And you have been getting that intuitive knowledge and information from your higher self, from your ancestors, from your spirit team, that this is your destiny. Okay, there's a lot of destiny energy. 10 of Pentacles in the bottom of the deck. Okay, it is in reverse. So okay, yeah, there's a lot of ancestor energy coming through. It's in reverse, and I feel like it's in reverse because there was a lot of generational wealth just popped up. There was some type of falling off in your lineage that people in your lineage gave up. People in your lineage wasn't willing to see who they truly were and to usher in this generational wealth, to usher in this energy of being a leader, of being royalty. Okay, very deep energy right now. I love it. Right now you might feel like you are just at a standpoint, a still point, still whatever, of not knowing what to do. Okay, yeah, star energy to confirm what I was just saying. Okay, thank you. So with the star coming out here in reverse, it's like so many people in your lineage gave up on themselves. They gave up on their dreams. They gave up on things because they felt like it was illogical. They thought that it was impossible to accomplish, and you don't feel that way. You kept something alive in your heart. You kept your dreams, your wildest dreams, your biggest dreams of being free, of being healed, of being accomplished, successful. Okay, major success, fear of success energy coming through with your lineage. And I feel like you've been really working hard to transmute that shit. I feel like you are totally the generational curse breaker, 707, as I say that. But it's like you have been transmuting that energy in your lineage so that it can transform into something, so that you can bring that into your life, that you can bring that into your lineage. Okay. So a lot of work around self-wealth, self-worth. Oh my gosh. You know what I mean? That type of energy. And yeah, just really, you're really cool. Four of Wands flying out here. So yes, you are destined for the happy life. You're destined for the love. You're destined for the family. You're destined for the abundant foundation in your life. Okay, the life that you get to enjoy. You could have native or like Polynesian in your lineage. Okay, that's what's coming through here for me a lot, and like Moana energy a lot. But I'm really seeing that you are so destined for this greatness that so many people in your lineage gave up on, and it's like it ended with you and it's beginning with you at the same time. Okay, thank you, source. Yes, Seven of Wands. You are defending this with your life, and also I'm seeing that your ancestors are coming in defending this with you, for you. They are protecting you. They are surrounding you and wanting this to happen for you as well. Okay, whoa, I just got chills. It's like they are coming through and being like, you know what? You are chosen for this, and we're going to try all that we can on the other side to make that happen, because you are chosen to break these curses and to welcome in this abundance that we deserve. And this, in this day and age, this is the perfect time for us to do that shit. You know what I mean? Thank you. Yes, Three of Pentacles. You are not alone in this. I also see that they're bringing in help for you as well. So be on the lookout for people, or you already have people. 909, 911, like I said earlier. Be on the lookout for people, or people that are already in your life that want to support you in this, okay? They want to help you bring this into fruition. Okay, let's get like one last card. Or three. Three of Cups, Three of Swords. Okay, so whatever it is, you are literally going from... You're going from a place that has died into a place that is full of life, okay? The wheel is currently churning around for you. I know that things have been hard, but it's like things are churning around in your favor, and things are going to start looking bright and very positive and abundant in your life, okay? Ooh, I love this energy so much. Just know that you're not alone, and you are so supported more than you know.
So the thing to take away is that... How'd you get this back? We are responsible to build our future. You know, we can all make excuses as to why we haven't achieved this or we can't do that, and it's like that's just self-defeating. Again, what he's talking about previous generations, same mentality. You know, I don't have that in me. So even if I'm not successful for another 10 years, I'll still continue doing what I'm doing. I'll still put the work in, because there's no other way. There's no other way. You know, I do what I'm meant to do. So the reality is, with the work I've put in and who I'm becoming, I'm not going to feel guilty for having a better life when I finally acquire it, because I've put the work in and I know I deserve it. Whether anyone else perceives what someone deserves is irrelevant, isn't it? Because there'll always be someone that's like, oh, it's like they haven't stepped in your shoes. It's easy to think I could swap places, but to swap places means you have to go through the whole journey. To go through the whole journey, that means you have to make similar decisions along the way without knowing the outcome and not knowing how long it's going to be, and fighting through when it's really demoralizing. I'm not saying it's impossible for other people, but most people would just give up because they take the easy way out all the time. And believe me, I'm sometimes I get like, I feel like my head's going to explode sometimes. Sometimes I get really down and depressed and I feel really alone. Sometimes the weight of like the finances just cripples me, you know. Um, the weight of life is things missing here, things missing there. The trauma. There's so much that goes into it. It's not just like you see someone that's maybe a bit confident and resilient, they're goal focused, and they're following their dreams. You're missing out on all the stuff behind it, you know. And it's through those negatives that you transmute it, you learn from it, and then you use it as wisdom and experience, and that helps your creations, and it helps mold us into who we are, because we know that we've overcome that. So if I can overcome that, I'm not really scared of anything else, because I can't perceive much that's any worse than that. Um, there's a lot that goes into making us who we are, you know. So like I know I keep harping on about family, but it's kind of like how it's the most fairest comparison, because we're all given the same opportunities at birth for pretty much, you know. And it's like, what do you do with your time, energy, and your decisions? Um, and I watch them take the easy way out of everything all the time, and get jealous of other people when they're doing something, or it's not in alignment with them, or it makes them look bad, or what these things. And it's like, I'm not going to feel bad. And I think that's the thing. A lot of people, when you get success or you're doing well for yourself, because they're obsessed with you, they probably think you're thinking of them. So let's say, because I get a lot of signs about being abroad, for instance, opportunity to come abroad, if we relocate, which makes sense to what them other readings were saying. So let's say I got an opportunity. I got on a plane. I flew out, and there was an opportunity. You sign contracts, or you know, something happens, and then you end up relocating, and then you start to build a network, like talking to people. You start creating, so your career improves. Just life improves in general. You know, you start having experiences you could never have dreamed of before. But even to get there, you have to take the steps. For instance, you have to get on the plane. You have to meet people you don't know. You have to be in rooms that may be intimidating. You have to be confident in yourself. You have to understand your vision and your journey and take steps towards it. There's a whole process that goes into everything. But of course, to get that opportunity, you had to put in the work to before. You know? And it's like, people just see outcomes and they think, oh, it's not fair. I should have that. What? Because you're being lazy. You haven't even done any of that. It's like, that's mad. But they people just perceive this little image in their head of, oh, I'm entitled. I'm entitled. It's like, if you was entitled, you'd have the opportunity. So yeah. Anyway, so let's say all that happened, and you're living a new life. You're building towards something far better. I think it's quite funny, because you're going to get people from the past who obsess about you, talking behind your back, talking and gossiping, saying you don't deserve that. We should have that. Blah blah blah. And because they're thinking of you, they'll probably think that you're thinking of them, because they've got it's like a delusion at its best. It's convincing themselves of their importance and significance in your life. But once you've outgrown them and you've moved away, you're not really going to be fit. You ain't going to. Do they really think that? Like, you're going to be having these connections. You're going to meet very like-minded people, people with ambition, integrity, high values, morals. You're meeting people who have value to themselves, and they can respect the value of you. In the same way, I see the value in other people, but it'd be nice when it's reciprocated, you know? But I also see the flaws in people. So if you've got someone low vibrational, not doing anything with their life, they just gossip, they don't amount to anything, and that's just the way they live. The idea that someone who does believe in themselves and has found people that value and respect them, why on earth would someone in that situation be thinking about people who don't have value in their life and have no respect for them? Do they really think you'd be sitting there having a really nice meal? You're not worrying about your finances anymore. You now have enough financial freedom where you can start thinking of where you can do good in the world. Like, how can we have a positive impact on this world and start changing it for the better? Because that's how my mindset would be. And it'd be like, of course, I have to establish my own stability first. And that's the thing. It's like, just because you say something now doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight. You have to build your own stability and wealth to the point where you have that freedom and luxury to then be able to start helping, be of service financially, potentially for others. But you have to build your own stability first. So anyway, in that situation, you're living a nice life. You built a new family. You're doing good things for yourself. In their mind, they think you're thinking of them. So what, they think I'm having a meal, and all of a sudden it just pops into my head, I wonder how they're doing. How would I even have time for that? You know, I'm someone who I'm not someone who dwells on the past. I'm always forward thinking. So I'll always I won't be thinking about the past. I would just naturally know that it's up to them to figure their own life out. It's not for me to fix it. I like to inspire people and give them the tools to show by showing how I overcome it and my mindset. But I also recognize it's not my responsibility to change their life. It's up to people to change their own life. So me living a good life isn't a betrayal in anything, because it's like, if someone wants to improve their life, then it's up to them to do it in the same way I've had to do it. Now, too many people are impatient. It's took me a long time. Um, the transition and instigation started in 2017 with a crisis with my daughter. So that's 7, 8 years at this point. I'm not going to sit and do heavily do the maths, but 2017, we're in 2024. So it's been 7 or 8 years. Best life was really hard before then. There was like another 8 years on top of that with crisis. But in terms of my transition, focusing on myself growing and healing, it's been 7 or 8 years. So that means when someone, and I'm quite rapid. Like, I am very rapid. I don't make excuses. So that tells me that if someone's low vibrational now, the reality is for them to truly turn their life around, it'll take about a decade. I think personally that's what it takes, because you can't gloss over it. I'd love to say that if you work hard, in a year's time, your life will change. Your life can change gradually, and in a year's time, you will see the benefit of that, in the sense that you start to clear away toxicities. But it's all a process, and it does take time. So there's no wand, I don't think, that could just do it, because the reality is, even if you put the work in within a year's time, you had a breakthrough in some way that was really life changing, you wouldn't even be able to handle it, because you're still not the person you need to be. It takes years to get there, and that's how I feel. So if I see someone is low vibrational, for instance, and they feel they should be where I am, or they try to latch on to me, it's like, mate, you're not, you're nowhere near. You haven't even started putting in the work. It took me 10 years nearly to get here. It's just it's reality, isn't it? If it's just reality. I can't fast forward your healing process. It's like, maybe it would take less, because you actually have like my books as a resource, and my videos maybe help instigate it. I never had that. So maybe there is a way for people to streamline it by educating themselves and really, really going hard and fast into it. That's possible if you're relentless and you say, look, I just want to be the best version of me. And I want to go after my dreams, my goals. I don't want to waste life. And I just want to be in alignment with my purpose. If you have that mindset, you probably, maybe you can do it in 5 years. Maybe, if you've got the right resources and focused mind. But that would mean really, really shedding the layers. You have to. This is the thing. It's like, you have to go through so many dark nights. You literally have to shed away all your fears, all your insecurities. You have to sort of go deep within yourself, and you're going to cry, and cry a lot. You're going to have breakdowns. You're going to really feel like you're losing your marbles. You're going to feel like you're losing your mind. It's literally going to cause an absolute reset of a catastrophe in your life for you to finally rebuild yourself. Anything less than that, and it's just glossing over it, it's fake. It's just pretending to yourself that I've changed. If you haven't pushed yourself to that level, you have not changed, because you have to destroy that side of, you have to destroy the current model to rebuild to the authentic model. Because there's so many layers that have been forced upon us by society, those around us, lifestyle choices, all sorts. So, like I say, because I've gone on my journey, if I see someone that is strong, resilient, healed, successful, believe me, I immediately respect the journey. And yet someone else will look on and go, I hate rich people, or I hate people that are successful. I hate all that. It's like, yeah, because you're so low vibrational, you couldn't even comprehend how the hell they got there. All you see is status and privilege. Now, what someone does when they're in that situation, I think says an awful lot about them. So if you are wealthy and you just lord over people and you've got no respect for other people, then yeah, that shows your morals and mindset. And what I mean, I think at some point you're probably going to get humbled along the way for that. So yeah, I think it's really important that people have compassion for other people's journey, but it's important not to derail your own. You know what I mean? I'm not going to make myself small for others to feel comfortable. That's what people would love. How does that help anybody? People just got to stop being insecure. You've got to let that ego, you've got to allow that ego to fade, humble yourself, and start to focus on rebuilding yourself and aligning with your true values. Not trying to stop someone fulfilling their true value, their life goals. just to stop you so you don't feel insecure. That's ridiculous. You know, the idea that you can't achieve your goals because others will feel insecure because of it. That's so narcissistic. You know, that's ridiculous. So let's all be failures then. So then we can all feel, so no one feels too low about themselves. Well, why not just raise ourselves up? And if you see someone be successful, use that as inspiration to achieve your goals and think, how the hell did they get there? How did they do that? What sort of things did they go through? What have they overcome? You know, how did they make that decision? Well, okay, now I'm starting to understand a bit more of the journey, and then you've got to decide whether it's worth it to you. But I don't see the value of living a life that's beyond natural. What's the point of following a superficial path where you've destroyed yourself in the process and there's no value to your life? So I'd rather be poor and maintain my values, which is why I choose every day. If one day I become wealthy, that's a beautiful result, isn't it? But I was still going to be the way I am, even if I'm not wealthy, you know, because I don't follow the fool's gold. I follow my values. So, like I say, someone maybe when you're doing well in the future, there'll be people that are jealous, and they'll just, again, there's no skin off my back. What people think of me is irrelevant. It's just some people just delude themselves. Do you know what I mean? It's like they make up a narrative to just to facilitate their lifestyle. So if someone's lazy and they act like they're not, they convince themselves they do the best they can, but they don't take themselves outside their comfort zone. So they don't take leaps of faith. They don't follow their dreams. You know, them criticizing someone that does is just weak, isn't it? You know, we all have bills to pay. We all have responsibilities. But a lot of the time, you can actually get by for less than you think. You can set up payment plans like I have. You can find ways to manage debt, make it manageable in periods while you chase your dreams. There's ways around it. But if you make an excuse as to why you can't, and you keep yourself stuck in the status quo, the mire of frustration, all you're going to do is continue to compound that, and it'll be that. If you're going to live like that today, and you make an excuse for why you can't change, what makes you think in a week you get that opportunity? You'll change your mindset. You won't. So if you won't change it in a week, you're not going to change it in a month, are you? Well, if you're not going to change it in a month, then it's going to for the next 12 months then, because it's only 12 months, isn't it? 1 month, and then 12 of them is a year. All of a sudden, a year later, you're still in the same situation. Well, okay, that ain't changing anytime soon. Now we're 5 years in, you're still doing the same thing. A decade later, there's the excuses for why I had to live this life. Then you get into old age, and you're moaning about how you had to work yourself to death, and you know it destroyed your body. Your health isn't very good, but you know I didn't have any choice. I had to provide for the family. I had to do this and that. It's like you're just making excuses. You're making excuses. You didn't need to do all that at all. If you People shouldn't be expecting of you what you can't provide for starters. People should be doing for themselves. So it's not your responsibility to take the weight of the household on your shoulders just because those around you expect that. No, you need to change the expectation that everybody contributes, you know, and then it's less weight on one person. You get too many people that are so entitled. They expect they position people a certain way for their lifestyle, and it's like people are not mules. I'm not going to go on a deep tangent with that, but the reality is, it's up to us to respect ourselves and set that standard in our life. And if people cannot respect that standard, it's about removing people. So, again, if you're in a relationship or you're married to someone who is very superficial, should we say, and they expect a certain amount of wealth, and you have to destroy yourself to sustain that for them. Maybe you got to ask yourself the question of, is that really the right sort of person for you? Because that's not everybody. And eventually, it's like you have to be comfortable with the notion of being alone. Can you be comfortable being alone? Most people are very insecure, and their value is attached to who they surround themselves with. And the idea of being alone makes them feel weak. And again, it's all these little notions, you know. It's like who are you at your core, and what are you prepared to sacrifice to be where you want to be? And it's not for me to make a decision for anyone. All I can do is share my journey, really. And the idea that when I'm successful, it's undeserved, I'd say you haven't got a clue.